Athens, the capital of Greece, versus Thessaloniki, the second largest city in Greece. Which city should you visit and why? Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome to my YouTube channel, Traveling with Com. On my channel, I take you around some of the best destinations I have visited around the world, and I give you key tips and pieces of information that you should take into account before you visit these places. But just a really quick message, you need to get a VPN if you have not already done so. VPN protects your devices from hackers, viruses that you can pick up from public Wi-Fi networks, especially if you're traveling around, you're using cafes, restaurants, hotels, Wi-Fi, you are at risk of getting viruses. Now, the great news is that if you go to the description of this video, you click on the top link, you can purchase a cheap Surfshark VPN, and Surfshark are offering a Christmas holiday deal. $2 a month for VPN protection for all of your devices. So go to the description, click the link and get yourself a Surfshark VPN. You can also use it to change your virtual location too. So we're going to compare Athens and Thessaloniki in 8 categories, the final one being which city I would return to if I could only go back to one.
Now, if you have been to both cities, comment in the comment section which city was your favourite, Athens, Thessaloniki, which one would you prefer to return to, and which one would you recommend tourists to visit. So comment in the comment section if you've been to both cities, which one was your favourite city. Right, so let's get into it then. Category number 1, architecture. Which city has the best architecture? And for this one, I think I'm going to have to go with Athens. As you can see here, you've got all these lovely little shops with lovely architecture. You've got marble streets everywhere, cobble streets everywhere, and of course you've got all of the ancient ruins, the Parthenon, the Acropolis. You've got so much impressive buildings to look at, from old to new, such a range of styles, ancient to modern. I do think Athens has to win this category. Now, Thessaloniki does have some nice architecture in the city centre. However, it just doesn't compare to what you get in the centre of Athens. The history, the range of architecture, the Acropolis, of course, it just doesn't compare to Athens. Now, the next category is things to do. Which city has the most things to do? And of course, I'm going to have to go with Athens again with this one. You can see the Acropolis, the ancient ruins throughout the entire city. You can see the Panathinaikos Stadium where the Olympic Games is hosted. You can see the Temple of Zeus. There's lots of ancient ruins to see, lots of history. There isn't actually loads and loads and loads of things to do in Athens. You can kind of get all of the highlights done within 2 or 3 days. So it's not a city like London or Istanbul or Berlin where you could be there for a very long time and not really see everything that you want to see. Well, it does still have more things to do than Thessaloniki. Now, there are some things to do in Thessaloniki. You can walk along by the coast, you can see some ancient ruins, obviously nowhere near as impressive as what you get in Athens. You can go to the White Tower, which is this tower in the background here, but with all due respect, it's not the most impressive tourist attraction you're ever going to see. So I think Athens has to be the clear winner in this category. Now, category number 3 is public transport. So I believe that Thessaloniki is building a metro system that will hopefully be finished in 2024, maybe 2025. They do have a bus system. If you want to go from the airport to the city centre, your best bet at the moment would be to take the bus. The bus costs about roughly €2 one way. When you go out of the airport, there is a little kiosk where you can purchase the bus ticket, and you can use card as well to pay too. At the moment, I will have to go with Athens as the winner of this category because Athens does have a metro system. You can take Metro Line 3 from the airport bang into the city centre. They have trams as well, they have buses. So I'm going to have to go with Athens. Now, that could change in the future when Thessaloniki does have its metro system, because Thessaloniki is a smaller city, so if you do have a metro system there, it may make things a lot easier. Now, the next category is food. To be honest with you, this is a tie because Athens and Thessaloniki are in Greece. Greek food is excellent wherever you go in Greece. So this one is really a tie. But what I will say is that food is a little cheaper in Thessaloniki. Athens is a little bit pricier. So if you are looking for cheaper Greek food, you have to go to Thessaloniki. So I'm just going to give the edge to Thessaloniki because it is cheaper, but the food quality is the same in my opinion. And now that leads me into the next category, which is prices. Which city has the best prices, the cheaper prices? So food and drink in Thessaloniki will be cheaper than the food and drink you pay in Athens. However, accommodation, there isn't much of a difference in price. In fact, Thessaloniki can be
be quite expensive because there isn't as much accommodation as the amount of accommodation that's available in Athens. So there isn't too much of a difference in the prices of accommodation, but food and drink will be cheaper in Thessaloniki. So I'm going to give the edge to Thessaloniki in this category. Now the next category is nightlife. So this clip here is actually Athens, and you can see the nightlife here was very lively, lots of people about. Of course, it's a much more touristy city, so it's going to be much more busy at night. You can go to rooftop bars, you can go to lots of pubs and clubs, for example. But I didn't really go out in Athens, so I'm going to be a little bit biased here, and I'm actually going to go with Thessaloniki as having better nightlife. There probably is more variety in Athens, but I just like the fact that in Thessaloniki you had this area called Ladadika, which is just full of pubs and bars everywhere, and it's a real student city as well. It's a very young city. There's lots of young people about because of the university, so there might be more variety in Athens and there might be more options, but personally I just prefer the nightlife in Thessaloniki. It felt like a better night out to me. Now category 7 is the people. Which city has the friendlier people? And I'm sorry to say to the people of Athens, but I think I'm going to go with Thessaloniki with this one. It kind of is common knowledge that Thessaloniki does have friendlier people than Athens, and because Athens is such a touristy city, people from Athens do tend to be a bit less patient and not as open to meeting foreigners. But in Thessaloniki, people are a little friendlier, a little more patient, a little more happy to meet people. So I will go with Thessaloniki in this category. And now that leads me on to the final category. Which city would I return to if I could only go back to one? And personally speaking, my choice would be Thessaloniki. Now, if you're asking me which city I would recommend for a tourist to visit if they could only pick one, for me it would certainly be Athens, because Athens has more things to do. It is a better tourist city. But just personally speaking, now that I've been to Athens and now that I've done all of the touristy things, if I could only go back to one, I would go back to Thessaloniki, just because it's not as touristy as Athens, it's not as overcrowded and overwhelming as Athens. It's really relaxed in Thessaloniki, but it's a very youthful city. There's lots of young people about. The nightlife is good, the food is good, as you can imagine anywhere in Greece. Just personally speaking, I did feel a little more safe in Thessaloniki city centre. I mean, Athens is a very safe city as well, don't get me wrong, it's really safe. There's no real crime going on in the city centre. You just got to watch out for pickpockets because it is very busy and it's so touristy in Athens, whereas in Thessaloniki you don't really need to worry about that, but of course you do need to keep an eye on your belongings wherever you travel to. Now I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I do hope this video has been really useful to you. If it has, make sure you click the like button, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the video, it really helps the channel, and please do subscribe to the channel for more travel content and for more city comparisons too. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.